Hi guys, Nights Tech UK here again, and today I'm going to talk to you about why I believe the 3DS is the best handheld on the market ever. I've always had a strong love for handheld devices such as the original Game Boy. The idea of being able to put a cartridge in, stick some batteries in, and leave reality for a short amount of time as a child, it was like unbelievable. The idea of that I can have play Mario on the go without the need of a TV and be tethered to a power source. That was a stuff of magic in my eyes, as looking at it as a 8-year-old boy or 6-year-old boy, of however old I was at the time the original Game Boy came out. But today I want to talk to you about why I believe the 3DS is an amazing console. Once you've hacked it, cracked it, whatever terminology you want to use, once it's been jailbroken, I hate that term. That is an iPhone term, not a all technology term. That is just purely for the iPhone. But anyway, I digress. I want to talk to you about why I believe the new 3DS is an amazing handheld, and the possibilities of what you can do with it is immense. I'm just going to take you on a journey now, because I travel a lot, and as you can see, I've got a lot of handhelds, and I actually use these handhelds. I'm not a collector, I'm a player. I will buy a system just to play it. But ultimately, I'd love to have one device that plays all my games easily and conveniently. So let's move on. So as we know, it all started with the Game Boy, but technology progresses. There was no backlit screen, and it was actually quite a weak system. After they released the Game Boy, they released the Game Boy Color, but again, no backlit screen. Then they released the Game Boy Advance, again, no backlit screen. So it really limits the device's capacity and enjoyability without a backlit screen. Neo Geo, the Pocket Neo Geo, again, no backlit screen. We move on. We didn't get a backlit screen, which was actually technically frontlit until the Game Boy SP. Don't have one of them here, but I found it very, very cramped, and so I didn't bother with the SP. I had one, but it hurt my hands playing it too much, because you feel like it's really cramped up, and it really hurt my hands, so I abandoned that. So moving on, I get a job, I have to travel for, in my job and for personal reasons. Nvidia release the ultimate handheld. This still is the second best handheld, I believe, that money can buy. I absolutely love this. This is the most comfortable handheld you will ever get, but there's drawbacks to this. It's running on Android. I made a video on this before about the limitations that due to licensing, that if you're away from the internet too long, games stop working, which is like as a breaking point. I didn't even realize it was that bad until recently, it was last year when I went on holiday, and my games stopped working. This is a handheld, but it is a chunky handheld, but it's got all the pros of being an Android device, so you can emulate on it, and you've got native Android games. There's loads of them. Absolutely great screen, great battery life. This is literally one of the best battery lives. You can play it for about 7 hours easily with the screen brightness at half. The speakers are absolutely immense. I've had laptop speakers that are a lot worse than this, but really I found the limitations of this handheld unappealing towards the end, really, of me using it. I don't use this very much anymore. It's not very portable. It is portable, but you're not going to stick this in your pocket, are you? You're not going to want it on a plane with this and have it in your pocket, because planes particularly have very limited space. So really, this has to be kept in a bag. It's a great handheld, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I don't play it very much, but I kind of retired it a little bit, so I don't really play it that much, to be honest. Then I remember when I was a kid about reading about this special Game Boy that was coming out in 1998. It was called the Game Boy Light. It was going to be released in Christmas that year, so we were like, I was at school, I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait. This was 1997 or 1998, I can't remember, but it was like towards the end of the 90s, and I remember thinking, oh my god, I'd love to have a backlit Game Boy. And I remembered this, and I randomly bought one on eBay. And I thought, right, I've got the perfect handheld now. I love Game Boy games. And this Game Boy has a backlit screen. Can you see that? Backlit. And not only is it a backlit screen, I bought myself an EverDrive. Let me just turn this off, sorry. So I've got the entire Game Boy library now in my hand. That is immense to actually think that you could have every single Game Boy game on a Game Boy cartridge, backlit, but all you can do is play Game Boy games. So can I really recommend people go out and spend, this cost me I think about £120, this cost me £100, so roughly say £220. Could I recommend going out and buying just to play Game Boy games on the move? No, I really couldn't. It's really nice owning this, and I don't regret it. I've spent many hours playing this. The battery life, again, amazing. With 2 alkaline batteries in it, you're looking at a good 40 hours gameplay. But I can't recommend to people to get one, really, because it's really expensive, and at the end of the day, you could play them on your on your phone if you really wanted to. But no, I definitely can't recommend that. So there's another option you could do. You could get yourself a tablet. This is the Shield portable. This is the Shield tablet K1, and get yourself a controller. Then you've got a super powerful tablet with a great battery life. But again, it's limited by Android. If you're not on the internet, if you can't get to the internet for any reason, games will stop working. Now, you do have a beautiful screen, a lot larger screen than any other handhelds I'm showing you right now. But again, kind of sucks because it hasn't got the best battery life. I reckon playing games, you maybe get like 4 or 5 hours out of it. That isn't much worse than the 3DS. But I can't really recommend this. It was extremely expensive at the time. I think this was like £250. But again, you can play any system you really want to, any system you can dream of, up to the Dreamcast. You can't play PlayStation 2 games. That's not a reality yet, and you can't play GameCube games. So right up to, GameCube, you're good with this. And you've got loads of native Android games that are, there are some really good Android games. So we've covered my handhelds and the reasons that I bought them and I love them, but they all have their limitations until this next handheld. This is the reason that you're watching this video. I know I'm waffling on, but it's my YouTube channel. If you don't like it, click away. This is a cracked 3DS, and I've been playing this loads lately. Let's just turn it on. Oh, oh my god! I was trying to press the stylus. That's the power button. You can tell I'm a little bit tired. So this is the best handheld on the market right now for me personally. This is a cracked 3DS, and you can load all your games natively, the 3DS native games, and you can get hold of all the let me turn the volume down, and you can get hold of all the virtual console games as well, which is awesome. But that is again just what Nintendo allow you to play. There's not many DS games on the eStore, so get yourself this lovely beautiful thing. This is the R4 card, and what this will allow you to do is play the entire DS library. So not only have you got the entire 3DS library at your disposal, which you can download. I've got a 64 gig card for the base unit, and I've got a 32 gig card in the R4 card. So I've got a lot of space to fill, and you can fit a lot of games. You can fit the entire DS library on a 32 gig card, and you can now, it will load up, as you can see here, it will load up, open. Sorry, I'll probably jump cut. Here we go. It will load up all your 3DS games. I haven't set the time, can't be bothered. All your DS games from the card. How amazing is that? So now you've opened up the system not only to the emulators that the 3DS Homebrew allows you to install. So you've got all your GBA games, all your Game Gear games, Master System games, Genesis / Mega Drive games. You've now got the DS all in one device, all in one beautiful device, and this is actually really comfortable. I purposely got the standard version because I wanted a proper pocket ball that fits in your pocket so nicely. Look at it, it's quite slim, fits in there nicely. So if you're getting on a plane or you're like somewhere that's tight, that you know, space is tight and you want to be light and quick and nimble in them kind of situations. You don't want to be lugging around like a massive handheld. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between these. Absolutely immense. Absolutely immense. And definitely when it's opened up, it takes up a lot more space. So if you're on like a cheap flight or something, you want to be reaching for the smaller handheld, surely. Well, that's my opinion anyway. That is a beast. And the games are always going to work. You don't need the internet to play these games. Once you've installed them, that's it. You're golden. You can turn off Wi-Fi, never need it ever again, and your games will work. And the emulator, the Game Boy emulator on this is amazing. The sound can sometimes be a little bit off, but I've bought this mainly to play DS and 3DS games. And look at that. You've got your games there. You can come out. Come on. Come on. Oh, here we go. Sorry, it lagged a bit. But it's got so many games on it, as you can see, populating the screen. Anyway, so again, the only downfall that with this handheld is that the actual battery life is not that great. I think you get about 5 hours if you're playing an intense 3D game, which is okay, but I've got like some long flights ahead of me this year. I've got 2 12-hour flights, and so one charge is not going to be enough for this device. So this is another amazing thing about technology nowadays. You can buy yourself for very little money a USB power pack. Charge this up, get yourself a USB cable like I have for like USB to 3DS cable, plug it in, and then you're golden for like, let's turn that back on, and now look at that, you're charged. You could easily put this on the tray of the plane in front of you. I've done this. I've done it with my tablet as well, actually. And look, as you can see, I'm charging my tablet and my 3DS on this one device, and this will last a good, powering both these devices, a good 10 hours, I think. It's a full 15,000 milliamp battery pack. And look at that. You'll be on your plane, on the train, on a coach, and you've got a good. If you're just powering the 3DS, you could be easily playing for a good 24 hours straight and kill yourself if you really want to. But just to summarize, okay, I'm just waffling as I always do, and I kind of enjoy doing it, to be honest. Summarize, get yourself a 3DS. Make sure the firmware is below 1.2, because the latest 1.3 is uncrackable. It hasn't been cracked for months, and it's really difficult to crack. Between versions, you'd be waiting just maybe a few days before a new exploit came out, but now it's been a few months, so it's not looking too great at the moment. So as long as your 3DS is below, well, including 11.2 and below, get it cracked, get yourself a awesome R4 card, and you will have the ultimate handheld. What do you think, guys? Do you think the 3DS is an ultimate handheld? I certainly do. Any questions? Drop them below. As always, been great talking to you guys. Until next time, guys, take care.